Hey guys.
How goes it?
Pretty intense match. How are you guys' heart rates?
Fucking A, man. Like, getting jitters in those last few rounds. Like, when he started losing on Oil Stain, I was just like, oh no, what if we don't get this? What if we don't get this? And then he
Yeah.
started losing a few on Termac too, and I was like, oh no, it's starting to set in. The shivers. And
Man.
we finally pulled it out, figuring out what we needed to do as a team to kind of prevent us getting killed by the camping.
Always
I think we
hiding
really came
behind
together.
that damn car in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it was that last clutch that you got Zippy that leaded actually in your team's victory, because if you guys lost there, it would have gone to
Yeah, no, exactly. I said to myself, like, well, I was talking, actually we were all arguing about it, but like we're like, we either push now and win, or we force a tie and just go for a tie. Or if I don't know, if we tied we would have lost. So just full send, and yeah, 5 health. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of those last
I'm
few
lucky.
rounds were just clutches.
And not only did you have 5 health as well, you went in there, had 11 HP when you left out of the door, and you somehow managed to get a frag from someone who was 74 HP as well, which is very impressive.
I didn't even look at my HP. I saw like 70 something when I was inside the office. I pushed the door, I got stuck on the the door frame. I know I took some damage. I'm like, fuck it, I have to go. I heard him cloak. I knew where he was hiding. I just pushed and hoped for the best, and worked out for my favor.
Yeah, it was very nice to see.
Yeah, I got a
Very
bit
good
lucky.
team play. It seems like you guys trying to adapt. What we also a lot of saw is that you guys had a 2v1 and somehow you just tried to go at 1 by 1.
Yeah, I think Smile got a bit too eager a few times, I think.
Yeah.
When it was with I'm not sure if it was with Zippy or Waha.
Smile
So,
was usually playing very aggressively, and I was
yeah.
playing very defensively. So, you know what? I think it evened out in the end. We got
I mean,
lucky on a few of
yeah.
these more than skill, but you know, sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to flip the coin. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, when they have like the point advantage and they know they can just tie out the rounds, and they're hiding on like on the tarmac at the far back spawn, and it's like, all right, there's not much we can do. We can try throwing nades, but like it's really like a Hail Mary at best, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it was also very fun for me to see that you guys just went as free supports with MXs. Just push that hanger.
Yeah, we tried to try their strats on out for us, but it didn't really work out.
Yeah. I'm not that good of a support, and I can't beat Lizard when it comes to it. You know.
No, exactly. I mean, Lizard was just always support, and it was always like 10, 12 health that was left, and it was just so frustrating. Like Smile was getting like pretty frustrated with him because he'd dump his whole mag into his back and like do 98 damage, you know?
Yeah. And then Lizard would just turn right around and one shot him with a shotgun or MX or something. He'd be like, "What is going on? I shot him." It was fun though.
Classic.
Oh, it was
You can
real
tell he
fun.
was enjoying himself.
Yeah. Yeah, Ego and I talked about this. We thought you had a stronger team, but Lizard and his experience and his tactics, like it could carry his team.
It's
Yeah, no,
one
they were
tactic.
definitely very, very strong on team play, and we were more going 3 single players versus 3 on a team.
Yeah,
That was the problem I think we ran into a lot.
for sure. We weren't pushing to like all together. Like it was always you turn a corner and there was 2 supports, and you pretty much had nothing you could do. They both had MXs, and you were dead before you like could react.
Yeah, I think I think it was the 8th round. It was you and Waha in both the server room, and you knew where the enemy was, and you tried to push them, but they were all free together of them, and they just 3v1'd you, and then it went 3v1, and then etc. etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they played a lot, especially on Oil Stain. They did a very good job of playing together and trying to flank.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
common theme
Oil
that
stain
they
was
tended to stick together while you guys were spread out. It's
It
not
was
necessarily a bad thing.
It was very surprisingly, because you guys have picked a lot of recons on Oil Stain, but you would never rush good rush spots for recons. Especially Smo, he tried to go for a mid rush all the way where the hallway split, like the T split, and he would just get shot by 2 Jin Rides there.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to play Recon. I don't know where to rush.
Yeah, oil stain in general, I think we were having a real tough time because Smile would almost always go on the green hallway, maybe dark corner, and then I would always go shop, and Zippy would always go center, and so we'd always end up like split up somehow, and we would just end up being picked off one by one,
Yeah.
getting shot by 2 supports from somewhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was pretty frustrating, especially on tarmac. I was really frustrated with Lizard's strats of not doing anything and just holding stuff. It was pretty frustrating, but
Yeah.
hey, whatever works, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Want to head over to Team Freak, Iggy, for a little interview?
Do we come to?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh,
Hello.
what was one hell of
Hello.
a match?
Holy, yeah.
It was very interesting to see. They won Transit. It was a pretty close game on Transit, and then you guys were very overpowering on Oil Stain. And then
Yeah.
the sweat, you could see every player just sweating and trying not to push too far or to get killed. It was very entertaining to see.
It was cool to see
Thanks.
so different play styles going up against each other and ending up being so close. I mean, usually you see one team with a different play style being better than the other, and it's a stomp.
Yeah.
But here you went neck to neck.
I
Right.
am a bit out of breath now. That's how
Yeah,
I
I
am
understand that.
joking when after Oil Stain, even though we trumped on that map, that was the one map I tried the hardest on, to be honest. That's the one that
Same.
drained me the most.
Yeah, I think for
Tarmac,
us, we
however,
were
was indeed a real brain fryer. Every single start of every round start, I tried to think what the opposing team would do. I tried to look at my own team and say, okay, based on what happened previously, let's try this and that, and it was very close. I'm proud.
Yeah, very close. Tarmac was one of the maps that we really weren't confident on as a team to play, and I think it kind of, I'm not going to say it showed, but you can definitely feel the anticipation, I think, on both teams that Tarmac was kind of the deciding factor for the match.
Well, yes, absolutely, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. The
Camping plays.
electrifying feeling. We didn't train any of the 3 maps, by the way. We were completely unprepared. When earlier today, like 4 hours before the start, somebody told me, yeah, hey, so we're actually going to play on those 3 maps. I didn't even have them downloaded.
I didn't have it downloaded until like right before the match, like a few like minutes before.
Yeah, I can see that if, especially for the team, Zippy's team or Wild Team PIGA, that if you lose 7-0 on Oil Stain, like that you could actually think in your brain, like they would like, shit, we lost this 7-0. Are we? Like the doubt will start come after that.
Yeah, I think we
Which
were really
it
demoralized, and
was yeah, it was a very important win for RENRUKA or RENRUKA, so to demoralize the other team.
yeah, I think honestly the break Lizard called, it did a lot for our team because we were able to plan for like about 10 minutes what we were actually going to do on like the first few rounds of Tarmac.
Not going
Oh,
to
so
say I
that
didn't take advantage of it as well. That's not why I called it. I called it because, yeah, heartbeat was way too high. I was way too excited. So I said, okay, I really do need a smoke. I'm nicotine addicted. But seriously, yeah, after such a demoralizing defeat on Oil Stain, good job, guys, on keeping it together.
great.
Yeah,
Good dude.
it
Yeah,
was
no.
very impressed by the Zippy play that he pushed Merit. We were at 74 HP and Zippy with 5 HP still getting the frag there.
Yeah, Zippy, I'm not. What did you get hit by that he only took 6 damage from? Because I thought he had an MX.
He had an MX. I think it's one bullet through those metal crates beside the door.
Pretty sure he shot like at the.
Well, I was at 70
team.
and it knocked me down to 11. So I guess it was like one bullet through the car in my foot or something, maybe.
It would have to be something, but that was an amazing the fact that you just lived and got the kill.
What I believe changed everything on Tarmac was in the later stages, the last 2 or 3 rounds, you guys played aggressive. I, on the other hand, called us to play defensive. But yeah, your rushes, your pushes were...
Lizard, that was
you caught me by
beyond
surprise.
defensive.
Yeah, I actually think we played more.
That was tower defense.
Lock it down.
I was gonna say,
Martin was right.
I think we had to play more aggressively those later rounds because we kept running into your defenses on earlier rounds and getting completely wiped.
Each team had their own different playstyle. At
Oh, yeah.
least you can say we camped spawn all the fucking time, We only did it twice.
4 times at least.
It felt like it was every round, but then again, whenever you get killed by someone sitting in the spawn, you're like, oh, they're camping spawn, and it's like,
well,
I'm not
depends
sure
how
about that
long
one.
you stay there as well. For instance, on the parking lot spawn, I did send someone, usually Merit in reserve, to watch for somebody who would push from Skybridge onto the rooftops early in the round. Afterwards, we moved after getting 1 or 2 frags.
That was a fun thing. I mean, Smile tended to push a bit in the early rounds as a recon, and you quickly adapted to what he was doing and kept Merit in the spawn to take him out. And then Smile stopped doing it, and Zippy started doing it instead, getting killed in the same way.
That was pretty funny to watch. Like Ego was like, "Oh, it seems like Smile died again," and I was like, "I think it's Zippy this time."
Yeah, there's one round I went recon and I went on the roof. I took some damage. I crouched down, and then I see this nade from the other side of the map. I see it like in slow motion going right at my head.
There's
nothing I could do.
flashing before your eyes.
Nothing I could do.
Was that Merit's grenade?
Yes, it was.
I think it was. Yes.
Merit is older than Raku.
Also,
we did train grenading back in older than Raku, and it shows with Merit's plays.
It's also Starbuck Markle. There was a lot of times he got flanked by 2 guys, and somehow still got both the kills. It was very surprising as well, which is also very nice to see from Starbuck.
What happened?
Like,
You would kill 2 of us when you were alone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, holy shit! Well played, Starbuck. You really
very
did
nice to see.
shine tonight.
Thanks, mate.
But good players all around. It cannot be denied. All 3 maps showed it.
Yeah, it was a very close game. I think this was the closest game in the entire tournament.
Wasn't
so
it
far.
the only one we had to use the actual tiebreaker on?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, not only that, we also went to the 3rd map too on the best of 3.
Yeah.
Well, we had some close matches on tarmac in the early matches, but
yeah, you guys even went to sudden death as well, which is
that sudden death round was.
It was so needed, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if it would have ended any other way, I would have felt anticlimactic.
I agree. I would rather take the loss at, take it like a man, but say that was a hell of a match. I enjoyed thoroughly being a part of it, and I just cannot wait for the next competitive matches.
Yeah, same. I look forward to playing against you guys again.
Yeah, for sure.
Close wins and close loses are always the best.
Oh yeah. I think Agile definitely said it best when he said the bronze matches were the closest.
yeah, it's interesting. They usually are.
Yeah, that is true. I guess there's the whole, well, let's at least make it top 3, So, yeah, that gives a bit of extra focus, extra hope, and extra sweat.
And I bet we'll see it in the next tournament as well, because Deep Frog's team is going to stomp the finals, and then the bronze match will be the interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, don't even watch the final. Just watch the bronze match. That's where the real Neo Tokyo game is at.
Yeah.
Just like my Japanese animes. Next time on Neo Tokyo Z.
It's just like it's like watching Formula One. You know it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2. You want to see who comes in third.
True.
Yes.
That's
Very good
exactly
analogy.
true. Like, is it either Red Bull or is it Ferrari?
I do want to ask you though, what were your strats for transit?
We knew that you would get stuck in like the side alley. You did that a couple times, and we knew that you just wanted to like wait it out. So we just kind of like tried to, I guess, flank it or catch
Well, we
you
took
off
the
guard.
center area a lot. That's one of the few things I think we decided before the match started was that we needed to take that center area to kind of put you guys on the defensive, take the initiative in the match.
I
Ah.
see. That's interesting because I actually told my guys the opposite. Basically, avoid the middle area due to it being so open.
Yeah, I think last tournament, I think we tried that with the team I played on last time, and we got basically destroyed doing that.
See,
I mean, you did play against my team, so
Yeah,
Wait.
on a transit game, especially when you have someone like Debrief or a fast rusher with recon, in a matter of seconds you will be on the whole other side, and if you can try and get a frag right then, like in the beginning of rounds, that already leads to a 3v2 situation in your favor. So if we look at the final match,
Is something wrong?
in that transit match, we had a lot of very fast early frags. So I do think the middle part is especially really good when you're playing inside the trains, especially the trains.
Yeah, there was a lot of both, I guess, play on the trains and on the side alleyways. There wasn't actually as much in the middle as I thought there would be, because I don't think people pushed balustrade enough or catwalk, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah,
is true.
we didn't take the vents at all. I think that was one of our problems. We didn't really.
I was too afraid of us being caught out in the open because it's one of those areas you just have to keep an eye on, you know?
Yeah, I think doing balustrade, you almost have to play recon, and you were mainly going assaults and supports, so it kind of precluded the option.
Yeah, that is true. None of us are great recon players. I tried
Yeah,
to play recon, but yeah, I'm nowhere, top level or anything.
yeah, I don't think I even saw one recon in the 3 games we played. Maybe like
Nope.
one round or at most.
If it was probably Lizard.
No. Smile, I think.
No, I mean on your team. Like Smile went
Oh.
recon, I went recon.
Oh, right. No, our side. Maybe I tried it. No, I don't think I even tried it.
You tried it a couple times, I
you
think, and
tried
then
it
you
once.
decided
I
against
remember
it.
you went vent on or recon on vent
Oh,
once. And I
right,
got
and you blasted the shit.
Which I didn't know where you were. I was blind firing that entire time because I had a thermal vision on, and I was just like, I think he's in front of me. It was a very lucky one.
That's when I thought, okay, I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to go recon. I'm supposed to be fat.
Well, I just remember that on Oil Stain that I think every single ghost was on NSF side, very close.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like I kept looking at the ghost for like a quick cap to like get our points back. But every single time it was like on our side, and I was just we weren't really playing the ghost. I know we could have with the close ghosts, but we weren't running the firefights anyway. So it was like, do we really want to drop a primary for a ghost when we're already going to lose the fights? It didn't seem like the good option for me.
I think all 7 rounds the ghost was on our side. Like a close ghost for us.
I think on every 7 rounds the ghosts spawn on you guys' side. I have no idea how, but that was pretty funny to watch.
Same thing happened with a scrim I did with my team, maybe against yours, Majestic, on Fred Plate.
Yeah, Fred Plate.
Yes, I actually remember watching it.
Wasn't that against us, Coast Brigade?
But I don't remember it being the 3v3, was it?
No, it wasn't a 3v3.
No, that was 5v5.
We didn't do a 5v5, Agile.
Oh, right.
Was...
Yeah, we wanted to do a 5v5, but we didn't have enough players, I think, so we did a 3v3 instead.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I think
no, what I do remember was this one scrim.
Once against, yeah, it was against Ghost Brigade. My team versus Ghost Brigade. That our teams had Eagles team had the close ghost spawn all the time.
No, I think The winning
No,
side had those
yeah,
ghosts.
we never got the ghost. That was the problem
Yeah,
for us.
exactly. Oh, every single round you got the ghost majestic.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Which
So
is
are the ghost spawns on like a rotation?
they
I don't know. I've never been able to figure it out. I think it's random, but sometimes it's like it just goes back and forth.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's random with no temporary eliminating of previous factors, it seems like. So it could, yeah, go back and forth since there's no exception for that, situation code-wise, it seems.
I do find it interesting how in a 5v5 format, Majestic, you having the ghost every single round was basically an advantage, as opposed on Oil Stain 3v3, like Zippy said, drop a primary for the ghost. I never actually did consider that, dropping the primary to grab the ghost. For me, it was a non-issue. It's equal value. If you stay indoors, if you know that you might be flanked from behind. So, for instance, in reception on tarmac, right? The first time we tried ghosting, you caught us from behind at close range. You just rushed through the door and we got wrecked. I learned from that, and that's why I pulled back merit, and I also had Starbuck checking the rear as I grabbed the ghost and went inside for cover in order to call out, get those early frags thanks to my teammates, and then keep on pushing.
Yeah, that's one thing I did notice is you guys played Ghost a lot. Like every time we would go for the Ghost carrier, there would usually be like a support or an assault watching some way we would flank in, and then basically you didn't leave them undefended. We kind of made that mistake a few times.
The ghost is such. I wouldn't want to call it rip English.
Well, I would say that it's really advantageous if, depending on the team you're playing. So the first team that we played on transit, I think every single map or every single round, sorry, we grabbed the ghost and they were pretty much trapped.
Yeah, if you take the center and take the Ghost, they don't really have much they can do that we don't already know what they can do.
We know
If they try to
exactly where they
leave.
are. And I mean, the
Yeah.
map is so small that you could pretty much be in the middle of the map and know where everyone is if they're hiding in their spawn.
True.
So I said this earlier on stream, but 3v3 is a really interesting format when it comes to the ghost. I mean, if you look at other games with 3v3, they tend to be more fast-paced, more focused on individual skill and so on. But what we saw in Neo Tokyo is that it's almost the opposite. You slow down and really, you're really careful about getting that first pick and not getting picked off yourself. Because if you can get the pick, then that means you can take the ghost, and then it just snowballs from there.
I would also point it down to simply not being able to afford losing a member. It's already 3v3.
Yeah.
It will become a 3v2 if you lose that first member. So you have to be careful, even more so than in a 5v5.
Yeah, because especially if somebody's holding a ghost, because if it's, three guys, one guy picks up a ghost, one gets fragged, that means you only have one active gun. You know where the other guy who's holding ghost is, even if, he drops the ghost to pick up his gun, his, general location. So, yeah, you pretty much know where one person is, they're potentially underarmed, and the other one gets singled out because of that.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of firepower is really felt, whether it be dropping to get the ghost or if you lose somebody.
Not just firepower, though. Not just that. It's also about map awareness, map control. With the lower numbers, you'd have a lot less info regarding the map.
Yep.
There's so many possibilities, so many uncertainties. You just have to revert to a defensive stance, basically. Unless you're Zippy, and I think it was
Yeah.
Zippy who, in the parking lot, when he picked me off. Who picked me off at the start of the round in parking lot?
Oh, that was not me. That might have been Smile.
Could be. See, the way he rushed me, for instance, that was good. I completely did not only expect that, but didn't even see him, essentially.
Ooh, wait, which round were you talking about? Where that was you were at the
Late.
door to office?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
To
me.
reception, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
took
was
Skybridge to Hidey Hole and popped down. I wasn't sure where you were. I just like saw you over there looking through the door, and I was like, "Hey, hey."
I
That's pretty
completely
good.
forgot about the hidey hole, yeah.
Not gonna lie though, I totally expect you to just turn around 180 and just like headshot me.
Yeah.
Well,
You did
that's
that a
what a
few.
support usually does.
Exactly.
Oh man, Smile was getting pretty frustrated with that, and I don't blame him. He kept on doing like 80 damage to every single one of you. You're like two supports or 3 supports, and you'd turn around and like one tap him.
Oh, I remember doing that. Feels just like in pub games. That is the main reason why I pick support. It's meatier. It allows me more
Yeah,
room for error.
I
always
mean, it worked
remember.
for me too. I remember one round,
Oh yeah.
someone was on the roof, and Waha was carrying the ghost, and he died. And Smile had like almost no HP and was hiding kind of. And I picked up the ghost, and I was gonna run it to the cap, and I was getting shot at, and I took like half my health was down, but I was support, so I hid behind some boxes, and Smile was able to get him.
Notice a lot by Smile is that he gets a lot taken out when he's fighting 2 guys at once, which leads him to get like one shot at very fast, especially against 2 supports with an MX.
I mean, I don't really think that's him at all. I think that's just part of being recon.
Yeah, the situation being shot up by 2 supports, that's usually a situation where most people die very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if it's
Smile did
two
end up in the
MXs.
situation.
that's happened to a few times on tarmac.
Yeah, well, in the basement, I think it was the last round or the before last round. Waha was in there, and I was hiding in the bathroom, and he's like, "There's 2 of them right here" or something. So I jump around the corner and do some damage. I think I did 90 to someone, and then he's able to mop you up there.
Yep, that was the last round. You jumped out, did a lot of damage to Lizard. I think a little bit to me. He takes you out, but then somebody jumps out from behind the lockers, kills Lizard, and I realized then I shouldn't have been picking support so many times because I needed that motion vision for once. And yeah, I couldn't reacquire where he was when he was cloaked. Like, I think he jumped off to the side again, a little bit opposite where he was previously. And yeah, he was able to get that last remaining fire to take me out. That was really good work on you guys' part.
Absolutely.
What about a spectator's view, Deep Frog? Did you check out any of the matches? Mr. Deep Frog.
The
I
strong
think
silent type.
I think he's too busy no scoping Cthulhu right now.
Your microphone's not working, Deep Frog. I don't think.
Yeah, it's flashing
I
on
heard
and
you.
off.
I heard you. I just heard you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I checked out the few, yeah, but I didn't see the finals or anything.
That's a shame.
I
You
watched
missed my
the matches and the final match, I think, the last map.
Tarmac?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was the last fight, ours.
Yeah, I did watch it.
Well, you watched the best game, so.
For
Yeah, that was probably the closest one.
Yeah.
It-
How about your input?
More
Deep Frog?
one-sided.
What?
I'm not sure I would call that match one-sided if we went to sudden death.
No, the final, I mean.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the final. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was interesting, the sudden death. It was quite nerve-wracking, I suppose.
I think Deep Frog's on.
Bit tired, really.
Hey, Lizard. I think another thing we did wrong on that last match, especially the last round, we were mostly being defensive. You know, like having somebody cover the roof and all that. But for that last round, since it was all or nothing, we went like full on force, but they already got into ambushing positions by the time we got there. So we should realize they would have been, going in quick for an ambush because they would have realized that we would have been going all or nothing too.
Yeah. We just had to play aggressively like that. I think if you would have been super conservative in your defense, like holding the entire parking lot, just not letting us push forward, we would have basically lost. I think the last 3 rounds were really, really, really close.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking a lot about what you said after our 3v3 on Tarmac Agile. You said something along the lines of how we were playing really aggressive and you weren't like expecting it from, and you said something to do how that's more like a 3v3 thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that we should probably play really aggressive, but I don't know if it really worked out for us at the start. Because about halfway through, I know that I was like, well, maybe we should just be more defensive. And then we did a whole round just sitting around doing nothing, which was super boring and I'm sure super boring for
I
everyone
remember
watching.
this.
Yeah, I think it was that one round when we were on tarmac just camping, basically.
Yeah, we did
Yep.
the same thing. I think I was in hidey hole, Zippy was in briefing, and
Yeah, exactly.
Smile
After
was
a
holding basement.
while, the thing, basically, what I didn't want us to camp the whole round, at least not at first. What happened at first was, okay, we just need to be even more defensive, So we just waited. We waited. And we realized you were waiting as well. So I actually went out and said, okay, guys, we can tie it. I'm patient. Sure.
Yeah. I think we were
But
all
the
waiting for
problem
that,
is-
that one person to wander out and get killed, so it would become a 2 versus 3. But I guess it just never happened.
Yeah,
And
because
the
both
problem
of
with
us were
camping too
camping.
long is that you are not gonna get any information, and then you get scared because they could be camping any sideline really, so you don't want to push too late into the round.
True that.
It's easy to like accidentally become too defensive. So I mean, it's fine to play the positional game, but you still need to. I mean, not peek exactly, but you need to sort of figure out where the enemies are. You can't just sit still for the entire round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
agree.
lot harder
Unexpectedly.
to do on 3v3 though.
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah, it is.
Smile on our team that suggested we have like 1 recon and then like 2 assaults or 2 supports, just to like, because we knew that Lizard's team was going to stick together because they were really playing much as a team. We weren't really playing as a team, and so we were thinking of having 1 recon to go out and like look for them, spot them, run
Scout,
away,
a
and then we
real
would all
scout.
converge on them.
That's a good thing. But the problem I saw from Smile was that he maybe he's playing too much of a pub style, where he's playing depth, like a deep recon instead of a wide recon, as I like to call him. So you see that a lot from the the pub wonders. They get a lot of frags with death packs and things like this. Rushing. It worked out for Smile on Tarmac Transit in one of the earlier matches, when he pushed really hard back to the stairs, I think, and got the enemies from the back. But as soon as they figure out what's going on, they will start spawn camping, like Lizard's team did here. So they will just pick him off when he's rushing. So
You are giving us too much credit on Transit, especially halfway through. Honestly, I just didn't know what to do anymore. we sat in spawn. We walked around the spawn, thinking, okay, what now? What to do?
Yeah, I think when that
when you
one
don't
guy
have
just
information, it's hard to move out.
yeah. I was going to say that round where the guy disconnected, we were actually set up in a really good defensive position just as it happened, and it's once that went away, it's like I have a bad feeling about this.
I didn't even notice that Zippy disconnected until
Me
Smile
neither.
told me.
Nobody
and I was like,
did.
what? Where'd he go? What do you mean he's gone?
Yeah,
Did he
my
switch to
internet just
dialogue?
completely cut out. I don't know why, but my router or my modem just turns off and turns itself back on once in a while. Like
It
it's
overheated.
random. It's not that though. It's really not that. I don't know what it is.
as soon as I read on Discord, Zippy messaged me, or at least tagged me, like.
Well, I
"Oh,
tagged Agile, Waha, and Lizard.
Yeah, so at that point, I just said, okay, I'm gonna call a pause. First of all, I'm going to write it in all chat using the admin chat. So I just realized we would have dealt with the plugin with the config afterwards, the points, all of that. What to me was most important in that moment was fair play. They were one player down. Even though the plugin for pause would freeze it on the next round, I just said, okay, no, stop fighting. We're going to tie it out. We're going to wait for ZP to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Me
mean,
and Sal weren't
it's
really sure how we were going to play that round. It kind of took a little bit, for us to figure out, oh, we're going to tie it. Don't kill anyone. Just let the scores ride out. We were kind of sweating it a little bit. We were not sure what you guys were going to do.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to take advantage of the situation. Fair play comes first of all.
oh for sure.
Good
I'm
idea.
I'm glad it ended up like that. Honestly, it's it's pretty shitty that my internet just dropped like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry
It
about
was
that.
unfortunate, but hey, we still played 2 other maps.
Yeah, and look, I got my XP reset anyway, so.
Yeah, at that point when you said that your XP got reset, I was like, oh, right, yeah. By the way, why did it get reset? Don't we have the plugin for saving the score on?
I think it saved my score, and
I think
then when it re went out of because there's 3 exits of timeout. I think on one of those, for some reason, it just reset me to 0.
Weird.
I was thinking it was your IP got reset and the plugin does it by IP or something.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
Potentially.
Hey, that is a good explanation.
Who knows?
Hypothesis.
It's possible. I think it would go more by Steam ID though.
You would think, but I guess it is a pre-Steam game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But it's source mod though, right?
Yeah.
So it would handle it the same way bans are handled, which is by Steam ID.
Well, yes, but
No.
actually no. It depends on what you do. For instance, if you have access to the Archon password, then you can just use native commands, vanilla commands through the Archon, through the console to ban someone, and you can do it either by IP or by Steam ID.
Yeah, but regardless, it was a fuck up somewhere. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it
did.
I'm just glad it didn't happen on tarmac. That would have been a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
have
for
sucked.
sure.
I would have
Tarmac,
screamed had it happened on tarmac, and I would have demanded we start over. It
Man,
was
that
too
one
close.
round, the one round where I pushed at the end, if I just disconnected.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Jumps out of the bathroom, disappears into in thin air as he does.
I think the
I'm
game,
ready.
I think the game turned around in its favor when Zippy had the clutch kill on parking lot. Like that was a very important round for them to win.
Yeah,
Because
when
if
he
they
killed me, that's
Mm.
the one I mentioned.
No,
the
not
he
that
killed
one.
No.
The one where I killed
Merit.
Merit.
Yeah, you could have
Oh.
flanked Merit from the event thing because there's like an
That's
off
what I was
angle.
thinking.
Yeah,
I was
he
thinking
can't
about
see the
the cubby
vent
hole.
from that behind that white car. And
I
if he
only
dropped
thought
down from
about
the
it
car, he wouldn't have seen
just
you.
now. Like when we were talking, Waha mentioned the cubby hole. I'm like, I should have pushed the cubby hole.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
so dumb of me to try the door.
'cause
You know
from
what?
that spot, it's like you can't see the vent, and so you can drop behind the container and flank easily.
You know what
Yeah.
the funniest part is? Before our matches and basically before the matches and everything, I was on tarmac as a support. I spawned. No, wait, actually, yeah, it was right before we all readied up and everything. Before Starbuck was back. I just went support. I went on top of the container and I thought to myself, "Hey, can I actually make the jump? Can I actually get to the cubby call as a support?" Apparently, you can. But then, for the rest of the match, such a vital piece of information, I just completely forgot about it.
Yeah. I think I went cubbyhole 4, maybe 5 times.
We
and I
only
don't think
used
I
it
actually
once, and it was Merit.
I never saw anyone like go through either through basement or on Skybridge from that way, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll just stop going there." I think the one time I actually saw someone through it was when I saw you, and that was when I spawned on the opposite side and I rushed it from the tarmac side.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the second round. I tried doing the same thing again with Starbuck, which was I threw a nade and he just kept pushing. Regardless, the first round I actually got the pre-nade frag on tarmac side of Skybridge.
Yeah,
That's how we got the first round. So I tried it the second round, but obviously adapted. You pre-fragged me before I got there, so yeah, well
Yeah.
played on that part.
I wasn't sure you were going to be there again. I wasn't. I didn't even think to counter you. I was just going there myself.
The way I said it was, fuck it, we're gonna do it again because it's probably going to work again. Just like pure brain issues, you know?
Hey, simple is better.
Yeah.
I was still surprised. Like I thought we were going to lose that map early. When you guys had 3 corporals on like the second round or something.
Yeah.
Like I was like, how the fuck did they get like 40 assists? Like how the hell did that work?
Well,
We did get a lot of assists.
probably Starbuck probably had a lot of assists and Lizard killed everyone. And it's possible. And all of them survived as well, which gives them 2 XP as well.
2?
Well, no, 2?
I thought it was 1.
Yeah,
One
1.
XP, sorry.
One per assist.
It's 1 for the win and 1 for surviving.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you see, it's 2.
So what
Yeah,
is it that
fair
you
enough.
did after we went corporals? What I can't remember. What happened during the
They
third
kept
round?
they kept used on you.
Ah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think we were mainly just sweating,
that-
trying to get 4 XP to do something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we did, but eventually I think me and Zippy got our 4 XP, and then we just went support, and we tried
I
playing
think we
support until we got
all
assaults.
got it. I think Smiley got killed just after you capped, but if somebody was on Skybridge and you like were running towards the cap by the van.
I was dead by that point, so I think Merit was the only one alive at the point, and yeah, he allowed the cap. That was a slip up. But it was a good cap on Smile's part. When I read that Smile capped the ghost, I thought, hold on, how? Merit is still alive.
Yeah. Well, you were paid us for that cap too. When me and Zippy were still alive, you just went grab the quick cap.
First cap.
Yeah, we were. I saw that one. I think when you were in server, and I was support, and I was like, oh no. It's one of those things where you only notice it when it's too late.
I
Yeah.
did leave Starbuck and Merit behind for that reason, to distract you, to keep you far away from the ghost. I did actually think it out. Worked.
Yep. That's one of the few times I think you guys didn't play as a team.
Yeah.
Or I guess you did play as a team, but you weren't in a group as a team.
Yeah, and that was the 1 XP cap.
Yeah.
Hey, every little bit counts.
God damn, I'm tired, man.
Well, it was a nice ending to close for the tournament. It's a very tight matches.
Yeah. A fun game after a bunch of one-sided stomps.
I mean,
I'm sure there were some good games in the group stage, but I know that your team stomped everyone. Majestic.
Not surprising. You had jungle. Just flat out say it. Jungle is your ace.
I think I tried as well on a lot of games. No, but jungle it surely is ensuring when you know that you die and you know that jungle is still alive. That it doesn't matter that you died.
Yeah, I think we eventually started basing our entire plan on whether jungle was still alive or not. I think we decided before the match even started where if jungle was still alive, don't even bother grabbing the ghost and trying to cap.
That's the exact reason. That's the exact reason why I was actually against 3v3 during the organization stage a few days ago, a week ago, basically, because of players like Jungle, counting so much. I mean, it's so much down to personal skill. Yeah, like you said, you have to make your entire plan around this one player, essentially. But I'm glad I was proven wrong. I'm glad we managed to play our match, which was so tight, so close. I'm now accepting 3v3 as a legit format.
Pretty funny. I mean, the GQC already, when I watched it or rewatched it on YouTube, I think it was looked pretty fun as well. Especially when you had the Deep Frog match versus Sakan match, like Tenshi, I think.
Oh yeah, the match I threw.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, no, that was a good.
Actually, didn't want you watch any match of that tournament. I was
The
taking a break from Neo Tokyo, and even afterwards, I knew about the tournament, but I always said it's 3v3. It doesn't count. I'm not gonna watch it.
well, the
Yeah,
final match is pretty fun, except for when I throw. But
was the pressure?
no, I got caught in an oil stain between the two doors near one of the ghost caps, and Sakan just pushed me.
Ah, I see. I mean, of course, Sakan pushed.
Yeah, oils. I think my team hasn't lost a single round on oil stain. I think
Your
we won
team
3
didn't lose
games.
a single round until the last map.
Well, that's I think more because Jungle didn't know transit, and basically I had to call out every time where everyone was of the opposite team, because Jungle had no idea what to do.
Well, to be fair, it's not like we lost on Oil Stain either. We played twice, though. Twice on Oil Stain, but 7-0 both times.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we lost on Oil Stain, except the 13 times we did in a row.
What I find interesting, at the very beginning, I thought Oil Stain would be the map I would hate the most, just because of the way it's played in pubs.
Yep.
Yeah, Oil Stain played in pubs is very, very different than it played in more competitive matches.
I'm now a fan of Oil Stain in competitive matches, especially the 3v3 format.
This tournament was a life-changing experience.
Like, we all thought that Tarmac was going to be our worst map, but honestly, Oil Stain was way worse for us than Tarmac.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with us on Oil Stain. I guess we were playing it like we do on pubs, but we just got
Commit
destroyed
too
both
much
times.
to
If
one person
you
per
play,
lane.
I think you guys played very relaxing, and every time that I pushed as a recon with Jungle, we would just get 2 frags because you would never check the right side or the left side. Or whenever Jungle pushes, one checks right side and I push left and I take you out from behind. It's a lot of what happened there. But it happened a lot against RENRUKA as well. Let's just say a lot of times you
I
guys
was
covered up.
screaming in front of the screen when I was watching your match against Renraku.
I can confirm that. I pretty much saw it as the same when you're watching a horror movie and you just see the protagonist do something stupid, like, no, don't go down there, don't go down there, the murderer's there.
That's kind of what it felt like. I'm not going to be. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Heart Attack Simulator. I called it the first match. But yeah, GG well play, guys.
Yeah, I'm just glad we have a good, fun
Good game, guys.
Good balanced one.
Yeah, I'm content. Again, we lost, but it was hard fought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honorable. And also, you played very well. So I don't feel in any way, slighted or cheated or anything like that. It was full deserved.
Yeah,
your
I think
heart.
even if we would have lost that one, I think we would have still been okay with taking the loss because it was such a good game. I think the games we played against you, I think, were the games I enjoyed most in the entire tournament.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, not you
Like-
specifically, but you know the other guys. In the
Starbuck must be really annoying as a support.
He said that the bronze matches were the best, but he also said like when you guys were playing like that this might be, if not the best game yet on this tournament and the closest game.
Closest for sure, man.
Yeah.
There's no arguing with doing 3 maps.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think each of those 3 maps too, they're played differently enough where I think all the different play styles for everyone on your team, everyone has a chance to shine at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And a chance to fuck up.
Oh yeah. Again, we got all of our fuck ups out on the oil stain, so
We concentrated the fuck ups on one map.
it was part of our strategy, see?
Yeah, exactly. Outsmarted.
100 IQ.
So, are you free next Wednesday, 7 p.m. UTC for Scrim?
We already have something organized, Lizard, for that day with you.
Wait, what? Oh, we do? Oh,
Yeah.
we do. Wait, we do? Let me check the scheduled events tab.
I'll leave you guys to it. I'm gonna pop out.
Scrim against PIGA today at 7 p.m.
Sure. See
Yeah,
ya, man.
yeah, you're
Good
right. See
playing
ya,
with you.
man.
Have a nice one. Good
Well
game.
played. Well played.
So I guess I'm gonna shut down the stream here. If there's anyone still watching, thank you so much for paying attention to us.
And join the active Neo Tokyo Players Steam group. We always post announcements when the game is actually alive.
And become a Patreon for Ed's upcoming Neo Tokyo Osts. I think it's got like 4 or 5 more series to come.
Noise.
Very nice.
Bye bye, and see you next time.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.